Previously on Coupled with Chaos Personal Podcast. I don't want you to get it because it's horrible. Absolutely horrible. I've been so miserable I can't even express to you. However, you deserve to get it for all of your prancing around the house, literally strutting like a peacock. You have this dance that you're doing, rubbing it in everybody's faces that we've been sick and you haven't. I'm Kelly.
And I'm Steve.
And this is Coupled with Chaos.
You'll be happy to know I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow.
You do.
Or
no,
Monday is what it is. Is it tomorrow?
No.
Almost in 15 minutes it will be tomorrow.
Yes.
So let's just call it tomorrow.
On Monday.
Because that's what this is. It's going to end up being that. I'm finally going to the doctor. Are you happy?
You're only a year late. You know, you've almost run into your next appointment time,
I think it's probably more than a year.
I went last November, and I think you went before me.
I'm unhappy about it because I believe this is what's going to happen. The doctor's just going to say that I'm fat.
Well, I mean, you knew that was coming.
This is what happens. I've run, even after, I got here, I ran an ultramarathon. I got to Texas, still running. I go to the doctor. She says I'm fat.
Uh-huh. She didn't use that word.
Yeah, I think she did.
I don't think she did.
Yeah, I feel like she used
probably something more
I'm
like
fat.
your BMI is too high.
She didn't say that.
Uh-huh.
I think she said I'm fat.
I don't think so. I think that was your mental interpretation.
I think what she said is you could stand to lose a little weight.
Okay.
This is
not
passive
the word
aggressive
fat.
into you're fat is what this is. And so this makes me not a happy person going to the doctor because at this point, to be honest, I'm going to show up to the doctor 20 pounds heavier than I was when she said I was fat.
Yeah, that could be a problem this time.
I've been since then, but that was a very traumatic day.
Do you remember you were bothered by that?
I mean, I'm doing all right. I'm running.
It's because you're short.
24-hour races.
Yeah, then. But
yeah,
not
but
now.
I understand. But at that point, I could stand to lose a few pounds. Said in a way
it's because you're short.
It doesn't matter.
Well, it does. It's a height, weight.
I get it. And
relationship.
As Americans, we got some issues. I understand that. But I'm just thinking, I don't know. It made me feel unhappy. And this isn't like a reason why I don't go to the doctor.
No.
I don't go. The doctor's just going to say I'm fat. They really don't care what the doctor says. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I understand the season of life that I'm in.
Yes.
I understand what's going on.
Yes.
I even went there, and this was after I tore my calf muscle.
Oh, I remember that.
One
that
of
was
the
so
other
nasty.
times. It tore. Right? I tore my muscle. And what she said to me was, well, how do you know you tore your calf muscle? You know what I did? I stood up and said, I then flexed my calf.
Uh-huh.
I have large calf muscles.
Uh-huh.
I just do. And I said, see this dent that appeared in my calf?
Uh-huh.
This wasn't there before. She said, ooh. Yeah, I said, ooh. Yeah, that happened in this time period.
And your leg was all bloody inside.
Right.
It looked terrible. It was
well, how do you know
bruise.
You tore your calf muscle? It's not like I'm not in tune with my own body.
Uh-huh.
I think we know things that are wrong. When things are wrong, we know it.
Yeah, like when I went and said, there's a real problem with my foot.
Well, I think people don't believe us when we go to the doctor and say something's wrong. The first thing they do is, can I prescribe you something?
Uh-huh. A muscle relaxer.
Yeah, this is what how about a muscle
favorite?
relaxer?
Yeah.
Would that be fine? I go, no, that's not what I want. Maybe I do want that. Maybe that would be better.
No, you don't.
I probably could use something that could relax me a little bit. Right?
You said that made you feel loopy.
What that was, it was a painkiller for that cracked rib.
Uh-huh.
And I took a half of one and never took another one.
They gave you a muscle relaxer when we were first married and you were doing physical labor at work and you messed up your back and you said it made you feel
It was cool because
you didn't like it.
Like people would retain water, like you get water on your knee. I would get pockets of water on my back. I think it's from being a small person and trying to prove that I could lift as much as big people. So I've got Napoleon syndrome is what I see. So that doesn't bode well for small people's physiques. Because guess what? Small people can't do lift as much as big people. Yeah. You know why?
Because we're little. Little people.
And that's what little people do. Little people can't lift what big people can lift. It's just what happens. Sadly, that's what happens.
Do you expect her to put you back on cholesterol medication?
I am on something, and I would expect that to just resume, right?
Yeah, because it's been so long since you saw the doctor that she would not refill your prescription anymore until you went in. You're supposed to get checked regularly when you're on that, and you've never been checked.
I have been checked.
Because the pharmacist...
That's how I got on it.
No, I mean, I'm talking about testing for side effects. The pharmacist, when he gave me the prescription, said, make sure that every 3 months that he's getting checked.
Well, that's not happening. I'm not going in every 3 months. I can tell you that my urine
side effects
is green now.
Oh, stop.
Is that a problem?
Stop. You're making this stuff up.
What? If I can't go around making stuff up, I don't know what my purpose in life is. If I can't make things up that aren't actually real, and then
just
maybe
go on 90 Day.
Try to get you to believe that they're real. It was a Letterman bit, right? He called the Russian, it was TAS, Russian Task Agency, about the grain that we were sending Russia. And he said, I have a secret. It's turning your urine blue. It will turn your urine blue. And this is just funny. This was 87 or something. Back when Letterman was funny. It will turn your urine blue. This is what happened. So I've used probably, how long ago was 1987?
Forever.
35 years ago. So I'm using 35-year-old jokes.
That's not good.
That's what happens. I plugged in my 30-year-old speakers today, and they worked.
Funny.
So that was good. Yeah. How high quality was that if 30 years ago?
That's what I'm saying. You get something now, you're lucky if it works a year later.
Right.
As soon as the warranty expires,
I bought these at the PX is where I bought these from in Germany.
Well, you know, the PX is known for quality.
Well, yeah, that's what we do.
Actually.
Right? That's what it is. High quality stuff.
Yeah, they tend to sell high-end stuff.
So I'm going to the doctor. I think do I tell the doctor I've been sick?
Yes, I would talk about your chronic cough that you had for 2 months.
But it's gone.
Thank goodness.
I'm better. I feel like king of the world. You gave me some. Yeah. What is it? Albuterol?
Albuterol rescue inhaler.
Right.
I said, here, I think this will fix your cough.
2 days of this.
And it's over.
I can tell you, though, whenever we talk about me not having a cough anymore.
You feel like you need to cough.
Yeah, I got a cough.
You're so funny.
I feel it even now.
Because we're talking about it.
I feel like I have to cough.
You're killing me.
I get it, but I'm just saying. See, there you go.
Well, I'm still coughing. Because I had COVID, unlike you.
Yeah, you know. You know why I didn't have COVID?
Oh, don't start.
Do you see these muscles?
Oh, my God.
You looking at me?
I'm not.
I know you're not. I'm watching you not look at me purposely.
Yeah, purposely.
I'm here. I'm flexing.
That's great. You're strutting around the house like a peacock.
I got this DNA. I'm strutting around the house today, and I can tell you I had no idea, but I'm not a step watcher, but we have it set so like we alarm when we hit 10,000 steps. It alarms at 20,000.
That's neat.
It's neat. I look at, somehow or another, I never left our property. I didn't mow the grass. And yet it appears that I have walked 8.99 miles in our own home.
Because we have been just busy in the house this whole week. I've been the same.
9 miles in the house. I want to move my hand around and maybe it'll get me my 9th mile because it's so late. I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it to 9 miles. 9 miles in the house?
Yeah.
That's not possible.
Yeah, it is. When you're moving furniture.
It's not that big of a house.
Packing stuff away. It is a big house.
It's not that big. It's not 9
big.
miles big.
No, but it's
like Tom
almost
Girardi
3,400
big.
square feet in one level.
I understand, but it's not like that big.
But you're walking back and forth from one end to the other. Over and over again.
I feel bad. I want to get up. If I wasn't corded, I would get up. I only have 5 minutes left.
To get 9
miles. I didn't
miles.
make it to 9 miles.
You're so funny.
I made it to 20,564 steps in the house today. We have, since our son moved out, our oldest, we have 3 children, if you haven't been listening to us for, I don't know. Yeah, forever. I looked at like we wanted to kind of set up how much we spent on the podcast. And so I kind of went back to the beginning and went how much hosting fees cost. And I went back and went, holy crap. We've been doing this for 5 years. It's a long time.
It's a long time.
We spent a lot of money on this podcast.
Yep, we sure did.
So I went back that far, and I was, it's a lot.
Did you find out that we really never did break even?
Well, you know.
With equipment and stuff?
Yeah, by the time we're done, this isn't necessarily going as I had thought it would go at the beginning. I initially thought that people would go, a normal married couple for, at this point, 25 years where we were when we started. I thought people would be interested in what kept a couple married for 25 years. Mm-hmm. This is not necessarily the case. It's like, whatever. That's fine. Now we're hitting 30. And it's a big deal for us. Mm-hmm. It's probably not a big deal for anybody else. It's just us. That's kind of it. So, but for us this time, what we have is we have 3 children. 2 of them have now left. Mm-hmm. We're down to a junior in high school, and there are 2 empty rooms in the house.
Which are no longer empty.
Yes. And I think when...
They've 100% been repurposed. And repurposed well, I might add.
Yeah, and so what has happened is once the second one left, which was the oldest one, a cascading effect has happened.
Projects.
As one room, as that room emptied, we have really
redesigned a bunch of other rooms.
Yeah, and it's moved from one thing to another. Even today, what had happened was one thing led to another. It freed up a shelf. It moved to another room, that closet got emptied, yada, yada, yada.
And this has been going on for 2 weeks.
20,000 steps later, Here we are. Yeah. My calves are screaming, even my torn calf.
Yeah.
That leg is hopping mad right now.
That's how it was last weekend. I went to bed. My back was, this week I worked on records and carrying them heavy shellac records. My back was killing me.
We are Victrola. What would you describe us Victrola-wise now?
Collectors.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely collectors. Who else has 8 working Victrolas inside their house that isn't a collector?
And for those of you who don't know what Victrolas are, I'm not even going to describe it. It's just you'll know or you don't know. Right?
Antique phonograph.
Yeah. It's just what it is. So we won't get into that. But for me, there is some satisfaction in, I think for the first time in 25 years, I think in the past week, I have the ability to walk through the house in the dark and not fear stepping on something.
Or a dog toy or something.
Well, anything. I don't care what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember in Virginia, excuse me.
See, here goes your voice now.
Yeah, there it goes. I remember in Virginia.
It was Legos and stuff.
Yeah, it would be you'd step out of the bedroom and go, even, because there's dogs and kids and whatever. You go, oh, I hope that was a banana.
Oh, you're funny.
Right?
No, it wasn't.
What did I just step on?
No, it was not.
Could it possibly be that there's a banana on the floor outside of the bedroom? And you know that it's not a banana. Right.
You're making stuff up again.
Well, no, this is the point.
No.
Because we had dogs.
We still have dogs.
What did you step on? It's squishy. Uh-huh. It's room temperature.
Oh, stop.
What is this?
You're still making stuff.
I hope this is a banana.
You're killing me.
Well, we had dogs then.
We have dogs now.
Yeah, but it wasn't like it was then. This was a hot mess. I mean, that whole time period was just crazy. For those of you who don't have children and are about to, I can't imagine we're a podcast for people who don't have kids yet.
Yeah.
If you're about to have kids, it's all about to go down. And so for the next 29 years.
Yeah, because they stay home longer than they used to.
For the next 29 years, you can't walk around in the dark. If you step... Well, I don't know that people play with Legos anymore. I don't know that Legos are a thing. They were. But I think they're not. I think people put their kids in video games a whole lot sooner now.
Yeah.
What were these Connects?
Yeah, we had Connects and we had a lot of those. We still have a lot of those, but they're more organized now.
I think I found some today.
They're in the closet.
I found them.
Yeah, the organizer boxes I put them in.
Yeah,
I stored in there.
Then permanently stashed those, I think.
Yeah.
Not in the dumpster. Purposefully stashed. At this point, permanently resolved could mean in the trash. They weren't in the trash.
Okay.
I put them deep in deep storage.
Okay,
under a bed, deep.
That's fine.
So that's fine.
Yeah.
Behind some bedding.
I spent so much time organizing
those
compartment containers.
I found those today.
Yeah, they're very...
And cleaning out that room,
very extensive.
This is very
collection.
Organized.
Yes.
Were these not supposed to leave the house with him?
He didn't want to take them. I thought he might because, he used to fiddle with Dad a lot. And he likes to build things.
Mm.
But I think maybe because there's nobody there to build with, because Holden's not there. Like they spent hours all night, so many nights in a row building a Lego globe that was like $250 or something, or $300 that Holden won at school. And
I'm rolling that thing.
They were really into that.
Yeah, I'm selling that.
Yeah, they were really into it. They built that together at nights.
It shows you what different levels of ADHD are, right? Yeah. So our two boys surely have ADHD.
Yes.
Their father may or may not have the same thing. I don't like your tone.
I didn't say anything.
So our oldest, his version of this would be that he could engulf himself for days in a project and never come out of it.
Right.
And our youngest is at a point where he's
got a 10-minute attention span.
Yes. And it's different because you see it in both of them.
Yeah.
And I think it's a bit odd. I find myself more like my oldest, but I feel the urge that my youngest has in moving on to something else. I'm very good, like in my work situation, of organizing a new plan. I'm very good at making a new plan. Then the plan has been made, and then I feel like I want to go make another plan. Instead of writing that plan out and seeing it to the end, it's time to go make a new plan. I need a new plan. I need to go see something else. I need to organize something else. So I feel like our youngest that I got to go. Like I'll get ready to sit down and do something and go, yeah, I need a cup of coffee. Or I'll sit down to go do something like on a Saturday morning for work and go, yeah, I think that closet needs to be reorganized. Let's pull everything out of this closet. Like this morning, what happened was for some reason, this is our life, right? Mm-hmm. Somehow my mouthpiece that prevents me from keeping you from sleeping was not in my mouth. However, it happened. You got up when?
At 4:30.
At 4:30. And you left the room. There was some exclamations on your part. I don't know what they were.
I didn't say anything.
You said something.
No, I didn't say anything.
Well, you said something.
No, I didn't.
I heard it.
I didn't say anything.
Well, you said something.
I walked out very quietly because I was trying not to disturb. You were still snoring when I left the room. So
something happened.
You
I got
something.
Up. I think, like for me, it's like maybe it's I hear this. This for you.
I may have done that because it was my. I give up. It's time to go to the other room.
I rarely just break. So, yes, I believe this is the thing.
But I didn't say anything.
It would be like you have a noise that you hear, like your alarm clock. And for me, it's...
I got this from my mother. My mother, she did it intentionally.
Right.
For me, it's a reaction.
Too. No, I think you do too.
My mom did it.
I think you do it intentionally.
I want the world to know I'm PO'd. This is how my mom would do it.
No, I think...
It was so loud.
I love you.
Yeah.
Right? But I do think that you do that with purpose.
Oh, okay.
That's fine. We're 30 years into this. This is not the thing that's going to break us. Right? So I think like my alarm clock going off, which only beeps like 1.5 times before I get to it. I do put it in another room. We have an ensuite bathroom and it sits on the counter. My fear is I don't ever want to wake you up. Do you ever wake up to my alarm?
Once in a while. Yeah. I did recently.
But my goal is that it goes off and I don't wake you up.
Yeah, most times I don't
set it low and in the other room.
I sleep so poorly, though, it doesn't take much to wake me up.
Mondays are the trouble times for me because of 90 Day, we go to bed so late that it probably does wake me up on Monday mornings. Other than that, I wake up before it goes off. But this morning, you were not in bed when I woke up.
Right.
Kind of. You went... and then left the room. And so what happens is you have what
an entourage.
You have an entourage.
And they tried to follow me.
I would say your entourage is 2 dogs.
Because if I get up and go to the bathroom, which I do every night, Cookie shoots out from underneath the bed and follows me to the bathroom every night and just checks me out and makes sure everything's okay. And then she goes and lays back down. And so she was like a lightning rod to the door on my heels, trying to leave with me and all my stuff. I had my body pillow thrown over my shoulder, my blanket. I forgot my arm pillow. That was a problem, but I worked it out. I had my
You're figuring out how to live without me.
Huh?
You're figuring out how to live without me.
I had my water. I had my lip balm, my tissue. I was all set. Didn't need to come back to the room. I had my clogs on. I was going out the door and she was on my heels. Well, I couldn't bring her with me like I normally would because she has started this going to the bathroom on the carpet problem recently. And so I was going to a room with carpet and she didn't have a diaper on last night because remember she hid under the bed so I wouldn't put it on.
She's embarrassed.
Yeah.
Our new foster, I wouldn't say foster, she's our dog now.
Yeah.
She gets a little embarrassed about having to wear a diaper at night.
Because this just started. The old dog wears a diaper every night. She even gets up for me to put it on her. She knows she has accidents.
This is the
she
routine.
can't hold it.
Yeah.
So it's no problem.
We're the same. Old people happen. Yeah. I wake up.
You leak a little bit.
I'm
it's
a little
okay.
wet.
Yeah.
I gotta get up.
I've accepted this. So Teeny also has accepted this. I'm old. Sometimes I tinkle when I'm sleeping. I understand. But Cookie, she's like, this is new. I didn't have to wear this diaper before. I am ashamed. And she races around the room and then hides under the bed. So last night she saw me coming.
It's the pants of shame.
Yeah, and she hid under the bed, and I couldn't get to her. So I went to bed without putting it on. So I couldn't let her come with me to the other room because she really tries to go poop in there before I wake up. And I knew by my lack of sleep, because we got to bed super late, and then here it was 4:30, and I was awake. So I was like, I'm going to end up sleeping late, and she cannot be in here with me because she will poop. And so I couldn't let her come. So I stopped her at the door, and I heard her scratch on the door as I was going in the other room. I was like, crap, I hope she goes and lays down and doesn't wake you up. But then you said it was not long before
it was not long. We got up immediately after that. Everybody went outside. And for me, 4:30 is not too far from 5 to 5:30, which was when I normally get up. And we've been up since then. This is not your fault, right?
Yeah.
This is my fault.
Yeah, because you didn't put your mouthpiece in.
I think I did put it in.
I didn't see you put it in. When we went to bed, I was conscious of the fact that you didn't put it in. And I
don't
thought,
like that you're watching this.
I really hope that he does not snore tonight, because it was so late when we went to bed. It was like 1:30 or something.
This is not good.
Because our son was at an event for school.
It was just cool, by the way.
And he got home so late.
He's now filming varsity soccer games. He's running the camera in a
portable media van.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's in a special.
That's a whole separate thing. So
vocational program.
Yeah, so this is how. I guess I should know when this happens and it's late and I'm tired, that maybe we should just retire to separate rooms. We have separate rooms and we have many beds that we could sleep in. There are some nights we should go, maybe this would just be best if we began this evening or ended the evening not together.
Yeah, and we were trying to be together, so I was kind of tooling about with the records and hanging out. I was, pretty much ready for bed, but was trying to wait for you to go get him. And then he ended up, we had no idea, no concept of when he was coming back, and it turned out to be super late because
he just showed
turned out he was in Dallas.
He just showed up
and then he just showed up because he got somebody to give him a ride from the bus. So, it was super late when we finally went to bed. And so I knew I was going to sleep late, and I couldn't let her come.
Yeah, so the rest of this episode, we're going to just talk about old people sleeping. So that's what's
or not
left.
Sleeping.
That is what happens. So stick around for the rest of that.
Thank you for listening.
You can listen to the rest of this episode
by subscribing to our Coupled with Chaos channel on Apple,
by subscribing to our Patreon,
or by subscribing to our Supercast
for $3.99 a month,
where you can hear us talk about reality shows,
real life, and more on our podcasts,
covering shows airing on TLC, A&E, Bravo, and the WE Network.
Just follow the instructions in the show notes.
Tell your friends about this podcast.
And rate and review us on your favorite podcast player.
Follow us at Coupled with Chaos on all the socials.
Or contact us directly by email at coupledwithchaos@gmail.com.